Greetings, everybody, with your friendly neighborhood male cat, Trojan Bear here. I have decided to tonight do another painting stream because I want to go ahead and try to paint all of these. And tonight we are going to do Bluey. We previously have done Bandit the first night, and the second night we did Bingo. Tonight we're going to do Bluey, and then probably finish up with Chili then on Saturday. So we'll have all four of these done, and then we'll go from there. We have all our usual stuff that we need. We've got our Bluey figurine. We've got our piece of board that came with our box. We've got the paint set. We've got our paint brush. We've got our cup of water. We've got paper towels for being able to wipe the brush. And for reference, I, of course, have a box, which I will be referencing the back side. I've kind of done a little bit of analysis beforehand this time, though, just to kind of be sure of a few things, because there are a few things to kind of note. And I've also kind of looked at Bandit, because Bluey is kind of like Bandit. There is one key difference. So color scheme on Bluey, very similar to Bandit. The one thing, and this is the thing, I can't tell this, obviously, if I'm not looking to the light because of my partial color blindness. Bandit's head is a darker shade than Bluey's. So that means Bluey will be the lighter shade than what we used for Bandit, but otherwise everything else that we used will be exactly the same. So that means we're talking in terms of eyes and nose will be this color right here, and can't tell you what in the world those are. This would normally have been for Bandit, so we're not using that one. This is going to be Bluey's head. And then we've got, let's see, this is the darker shade of the two. So this one will be Bluey's body. And then this will be Bluey's chest, hands, and feet. There's also apparently a little problem, but I don't really see markings for that, so I don't think that's expected. Also, as I'm looking at the where it's painted, it's really prominent on Bandit, but not so much on Bluey, so we're not going to do that for that. So let's see. So we've got that. And, oh yes, the nose. Well, not the nose so much, but the snout. And the ears, we're going to paint with this more yellowish color. So everything else, oh, and of course this brownish color will be for our little grassy area, which technically is green, but I'm not playing with mixing of colors or any of that kind of stuff. That would just be a little bit too messy. So that will be what we do last. Generally, the way I like to do this, that I've kind of gotten used to, is do the lightest shades first and get progressively darker, although we will do the grassy patch last, which I guess technically is not quite as dark as the dark bluish colors, but semantics on that part because it's the base. So once I get done with this stuff up here, I'll be using that, and I want this to dry enough up here to kind of work that. So that's how we're going to do. I am ready now to kind of chill and start painting, and like I said, I'm going to start lightest shade, which is this one over here. So we'll move this one closer up this way so I can open it. Okay, now that I got that open, so what we're going to do that for is we've got The feet. So see where that marking is. Belly. Eyebrows. And the hands. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started. Oh, hi, Sparkle. Just kind of started just a couple minutes ago. We're just now getting started. We're doing Bluey tonight. Currently working on the lightest shade. You say wolf, I say meow. All right. The one thing about working with the lightest shade for me is it is really hard to tell what I have actually done on it. I do have the light on to help me, but it's when you're like really low here at the bottom with the feet, it's really tricky to see what I am actually covering and what I'm not covering. Darker shades work a lot easier. This is actually the one that's the hardest for me to do because of how light it is. Also, I've noticed too, like when I show it off, when I haven't painted anything else, it doesn't exactly show up too well on the camera right off the bat. It'll show up fine once I get everything else painted, but all right, there we go. Just making sure I got everything covered on this. Okay. We can probably get the corner right there. There we go. Okay. So, at the feet, let's get, tell you what, let's get the eyebrows. That's going to be part of the head area, so definitely need that to dry off. That was oddly easy. Guess that's because there is no defining area for the eyebrows. All right. I think so. I have to kind of readjust my eyes a little bit. Eyebrows, I think, look like they're done. Let's see. They look pretty good. Might have overdid that one side a little bit, but that's okay. That's why you do the lightest one first, because when you do the darker shade, you can just cover it up with that. All right, so next, I think I'll go ahead and do the chest. And cover that area. Right. Once I kind of do this in very intense area, which is very hard to see, then I'll be probably a little bit more talkative on subject matter and whatnot. But right now, just trying to see where everything is. Obviously, I'll have to take little pace stops just to see where everything is. This is actually not doing too bad. I've getting these pretty quick. I don't know if I'm just getting used to it real well. Okay. And it's like the only thing left to do is the hands, which is usually one of the hardest ones to do because of how they kind of have these little crevices in here. Make it difficult to paint in. Also, with it being a lighter color, it's hard to see what I am doing unless I get it just in the right light. Yeah, it's like right now, I can't tell if I've painted that or not. Uh, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, do the last hand, and that should be what I need. Too much on it. I want to one upper part of the hand, just a little. Okay, go. So that color is done. All right, tricky one with all the little crevices there. We've done that. It's pretty good. Okay, so now we need to go to the next shade down, which is this one. And that's going to cover the main part of the body. So anything from the main body area and stretching out like the top part of the tail, top part of the arms, not the spots. Does look like she has part on the top of the head we gotta do. Or does that go? Goes all the way to the snout, so okay. Can't really see that on the thing too much, but it's definitely there, so we'll go with that. So this is the big one. For some reason, I'm really having a hard time with this today. There we go. We'll start with the tail on up. Yeah, see, now this shows up a lot better. I like that. Makes it easier to see what I'm doing. It's always the first one that's the most difficult one. Once we get past that, it's pretty easy. All right. Anyway, as I'm doing this, we're kind of going in this a little bit. As you probably noticed since our last stream, I've been busy trying to get caught up on a lot of the videos. Posted McDonald, new McDonald Happy Meal, adult Happy Meal video. And, a new Callaway video. We're at Robin Lake Beach. I really like that video and how that video turned out for the most part. I think the Callaway series is it's coming out pretty good. It's a foundational series right now, but we're going to start really doing some big things in future months. Obviously, we're exploring a lot of different areas of Callaway, but we're getting close to like some of the major events at Callaway, which we will be doing once they come up. Of course, the first big one is the Pumpkins at Callaway event, and do expect a video on that very soon into the Halloween season. Pumpkins at Callaway is a very fun event. We've been to it 3 times, I want to say now. I think I'm kind of going over these spots right now. They're supposed to be darker spots, but it's okay because honestly, I think it'd just be easier just to go over them with the other color once I get to it. Come along really nicely. Trying to determine if I should go ahead and just go over these spots completely here on the back, even though they're well done. Should I do that? I'll just go ahead and go over them. Be a lot easier to do. And still see where the marks are on it. Probably be easier to do that anyway. Oh, I feel like I lost that one spot. Where did that one go? Oh, there it is. Okay. It's a smaller one, that's why. This one takes a little bit longer, but once I get this done, we'll have a great majority of this taken care of. little careful around here. Some very close quarters here. Oh, a little stubborn right there in the spot. Shouldn't have done it like that. I don't know why I did it like that. The legs look a little off. So I kind of colored around that spot and I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Oops. Touched it. That's not good. Alright. Sure I'll see this right. Sorry if I'm going a little quiet here. This is very precise and I really need to focus this part. Okay, that's good. Yeah, now that I got the big bulk of the body done, I have to really focus on these close areas. Which, I've said with darker spaces, it's really not that bad because I can just paint over that, but I really would like not to have to do that again. Almost there. Of course, though, I don't think I'm done. If I remember correctly, I've also got to do the top of the head, too. Okay, just about there. Make sure everything looks right. Oops. You good there? Right, and then the front part of the head is what I need to do next on that. And we'll be done with this part. Okay, this is going to be tricky because I don't want to touch. I'm trying to see how far back I need to go with. This is a little. I want to go behind. Almost looks like I do, but I can't tell that. So I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go up to the ears. Just do it that way. I don't watch the show enough to know the characters' designs that well. So I've certainly watched it, yes, but I don't watch it that much. I've actually seen highlights of the show more than anything. It's fascinating some of the things that teach on the show. Oh boy, I can't even see the eyes for some reason. Hold on. I don't know if it's poor lighting or what. This is going to make it interesting. Okay, I think I see where I need to go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so that got that part. Cool. Alright, so we're working on this. Sound is back on. My goof on that. Thought I had it back on. I don't know why, but Bluey's got more of a sonic vibe in the eye area. Typical Bluey vibe, but hey, whatever. Not my nicest one that I've done. I'm going to kind of touch up the snout, though. It's weird. One is off. No idea why that. Could have sworn I turned it back on. Yeah, it looks better. Okay, I'll take that. Okay, so we've got everything done except for our stand, which instead of grass, I'm just going to make it dirt. Because, guess what? I don't have green. I have to mix green, but it's going to require too much other stuff. I don't want to mix colors. They wanted you to do green, they should have already had green, or they should have had some sort of thing explaining how to simply do it, because as far as I know, you're going to have to get like extra things to do it. You can't just magically mix it. You got to have like plates or something to put it in to do that with. So this is a kid's thing, you know? That's why you're supposed to have that. Okay, almost done. The last little touch up. All right. Well, oh my. Alright, so apologies about the mic issue. I don't understand what exactly happened there. I could have sworn I turned it back on, and I find it's muted. So I don't know when that happened. I just never got it back on when I clicked it. But there you go. Got the weird sort of look with the eyes. Kind of like the one deal, but the eye that's kind of watery looking, I'm not too thrilled with that. But I can do that. Back looks pretty good. I got the back turned up. It's just the really, it's just the eyes are a little bit off on it, particularly that one eye. I wonder if maybe I can touch up there just a little bit, given the I want to make the eye look humongous. It's better. It's definitely better than what it was. It's still not great, but here we go. Definitely not the best one of the three. Next time, chili will be done. It's over here. I enjoy doing these. These are nice little fun things. I know probably not super riveting, but if you want something that's just interesting, just chill a little bit, that's what I'm doing this for. Wish you all blessings. I hope you enjoy your adventure, and I look forward to seeing you next time